Ghana, IHRM. Ghana is located in West Africa on the Horn of the West continent, commonly referred to as the Ivory Coast. It is bordered by Cote d'Ivoire to the west, Burkina Faso to the north, Togo to the east, and the Gulf of Guinea to the south. This small country in Africa was formed in 1957 with the merger of the British colony and the Togoland Trust Territory. It was the first sub-Saharan country to gain its independence in colonial Africa at that time. Ghana is divided into 10 administrative regions that assist with carrying out local governments in those designated areas. All regions have within them a capital acting as a central hub for those territories. The official language in Ghana is English. However, there are numerous other languages that are spoken. Ghana's currency is called Ghana Cedi and is worth approximately a quarter of an American dollar in today's market. Ghana's governmental climate is based on the democratic views and procedures and holds open elections for the people to elect Ghana's officials. The branches of government are the executive, legislative, and judiciary branches, which are similar to the United States. Ghana has an abundance of natural resources. The major economic natural resources in Ghana are gold and bauxite. Gold and bauxite alone account for 64.4% of Ghana's primary exports. Ghana's domestic economy continues to revolve around agriculture, which accounts for more than a third of the GDP and employs more than half of the workforce. Ghana's population is approximately 27 million. The climate there is tropical and carries two seasons, cold and wet, and hot and dry. The cuisine in Ghana incorporates mostly fish. However, different poultry and meats can be found as well. One of the very popular main dishes of Ghana is called banku. It is a starchy dish that is made from maize and staples that are based on cornmeal.
Ghana has a rich culture due to the number of ethnic groups living in the country. According to Ghana People and Culture, Ghanaians has 6 main ethnic groups, which include Akan, which is divided into two, Ashanti and Fanti, Ewe, Ga, Adangbe, Molde, Dagbani, Guan, and Gurma. The Ashanti is the largest ethnic group or tribe in Ghana. They are known for being good craftsmen. This village is also social and also known on their economic unit. The Ewe, on the other hand, lives in the southeastern part of Ghana, and most of their people are farmers and keep livestock. Fishing is one of the most important parts of their economy, and there are also other economic activities in this region. Fanti is a tribe which lives in the coastal area of Ghana. The Ga Adangbe occupy the Accra Plains. Lastly, the Guan, which creates their settlement on the Black Volta, Afram Plains, Volta George, and Akwapim Hills. Due to the wide range that this tribe has occupied, it is believed that they are the Neolithic population of the region. Due to the number of tribes inhabiting Ghana, it has 8 major languages being spoken: English, Twi, Fante, Ga, Hausa, Dagbani, Ewe, and Nesma, where English was the official language of Ghana. When it comes to religion, Ghana has the highest number of people living as Christian. 60% of the population was Christian, 15% were Muslim, and the remaining 25% are the traditional religions of Africa. Traditionally speaking, the society in Ghana is divided into 3 castes. These are the royals, commoner, and slaves. Though this legal status is still recognized, slavery does not play any role in the Ghanaian society. Also, polygamy is a legal exercise in Ghana, but most of the time only the wealthy and powerful men only do this type of activity. The widow is expected to marry the brother of her deceased husband. The brother, on the other hand, is expected to assume all responsibilities for any children left by his brother. When it comes to business industry, Ghanaians have their own way to communicate to one another. In Ghanaian business culture, the employees gain respect because of their age, position, and wealth. Most of the time, the older people are the one who makes the decision for the best interest of the company. Ghana is a country rich in tradition and culture. Though they are striving to ease the economic crisis they are currently facing with the help of its people and support of other private sectors, Ghana's natural resources can be used to help them improve their economy. Ghana is a country rich in natural resources and hardworking people. The only problem is that only a few private sectors want to help the Ghanaian. With the support that they could get from other countries, Ghana will have better economy in the future.
Ghana is located in West Africa. Its location is extremely strategic as it gives good access to all continents across the globe and has good coastal access for ships as well as aircraft. The population in Ghana is over 25 million people. The climate there is mainly tropical and there are two seasons, a rainy and a wet season. Ghana's people are mainly Christians, however they are allowed to follow any religion they please. Ghana is a growing nation with many people and many positive attributes for global business. Ghana is not only a developing country, but there is a high demand for various financial services. This is supported by the constant growth of companies in the banking sector in Ghana. Ghana has many different types of needs for banking services, from credit reference bureaus to personal and business banking. You can see this through companies like PwC. They are a audit, assurance, and tax consulting business, and they are heavily invested in Ghana and its people. They have over 2,000 employees in Ghana alone and often hire from the local population. These companies have been brought in due to the increase of business coming into Ghana. Ghana also has many natural resources, including cocoa and oil. Along with these resources, they have two coastal points and ports which create easy access for cargo ships as well as vacation spots. These commodities such as cocoa, oil, and tourism bring in profits for the country and have increased many employment opportunities. The country of Ghana has democratic government foundations. They have a strong government with good ideals and goals. There are a two-party system. These parties are known as the National Democratic Congress and the New Patriotic Party. They hold peaceful elections, have a judicial system, and their current president is pictured on the slide. Although Ghana's economy has struggled in the past with high inflation rates, taxation, and high unemployment rates, it has taken a turn for the better and is strongly increasing while inflation has been decreasing. This is due for many reasons. Ghana is very involved trading-wise with the UK. This makes sense being as close as they are to South Africa. Ghana is considered the UK's fourth largest export market in the sub-Saharan Africa. Ghana also has strong economic, historical, and political connections with Great Britain. Inflation has decreased over the past couple of years and continues to drop as more increases come about and more businesses come into Ghana. English is Ghana's national language and helps tremendously with their business for new companies and current companies. Ghana has a very strong middle-lower class that continues to grow and come into the workforce. These young people are very interested in changing their country and changing how business is done in Ghana and making it more positive.
Ghana is a developing country that has natural resources that contribute to its growth. But because of problems in the business climate, There are issues that need to be addressed before doing business there. Due diligence uncovers concerns with disputes, corruption, and bribery. Ghana is currently in dispute over ownership of maritime oil fields due to government spending after an economic crisis. A survey showed Ghana as having the highest percentage of times a firm was asked or expected to pay a bribe when soliciting public services, permits, or licenses. Also, corruption remains uncontrolled by reform measures that are not enforced effectively by the government. These business climate concerns would need to be addressed to prevent unnecessary legal situations that a company may encounter in business relationships in Ghana. Ghana is expected to see growth, but these concerns will most likely have an impact on where growth is seen. The government benefits, but businesses continue to struggle with financial resources. And that leads us to the next business climate concern. Another obstacle in Ghana's business climate deals with Ghana's financial situation. These financial obstacles are due to Ghana's undeveloped and inefficient financial markets. A World Bank Enterprise survey showed finance as the biggest obstacle to their business. The majority of business funding is from internal sources such as family and friends. This creates uncertainty that financial responsibility can be managed, and Ghana may depend on business partners in mergers or acquisitions for financial support. These issues can be managed with effective international human resource management strategies that leave control of the business with headquarters until concerns are resolved. Ethnocentrism will allow for centralized decision-making with high control over operations, and the receptive strategy allows for headquarters to standardize policies and practices, which could limit the possibility of corruption, as subsidiaries have little freedom to adapt to local conditions. These strategies can help ensure that the business's vision and objectives are achieved.
Now we're going to get into the human resources challenges in Ghana. We're first going to talk about the fact that there is indeed a need for HR in this country. We're then going to get into the challenges, the specific challenges that they're dealing with from an HR perspective. And then we're going to finish with what are the possible solutions to handle these challenges and what the country is doing to move towards those solutions. There is a need for human resources in the country of Ghana for a few reasons. One of those reasons is growth. Ghana is projected to be the fastest growing country in Africa in 2018. Some of the causes for that are gold, oil, and a lot of it's due to agriculture. HR needs to help the country stay organized with this rapid growth, and to do this, it needs to actually be a part of the business plan. In addition to that, national decisions need to be regulated. Making sure that national decisions are made in the best interest of the nation is a very important responsibility of HR. Over-reliance on external donors, bribes, and extensive long governmental terms can lead to the wrong motives. Human resources needs to come into play to prevent politicians from creating loopholes for their own personal benefit over the benefit of the nation as a whole. And along with those needs, challenges with HR are certainly at play here. And there are two main challenges. The first one is that HR is not as prevalent as it needs to be. Right now, HR is mostly an administrative function in Ghana. It needs to be a partner to the business to help keep up with the fast-changing economy. For example, when a company makes sudden changes such as layoffs, leadership changes, or policy changes, A sound HR strategy can help prepare the employees for this kind of a change, ensuring the survival and continued growth of the company. The second challenge of HR is that it's not as broad as it needs to be. The scope of HR needs to broaden. In other words, in addition to helping create business strategies and policies to help prepare the businesses for surprises and to increase profitability, more is needed. For example, with Ghana growing their economy internationally, international human resources management comes into play, and the need for understanding other cultures internationally is crucial for success and continued growth. So there are certainly some challenges, but there are indeed solutions to help handle these challenges. And a lot of leaders are taking effort towards this. One of the solutions is human resource professionals need to learn more about the local culture. For example, local customs, salaries, vacations, expectations, and a lot more. Leaders have reached out to the Society for Human Resource Management for guidance, and their advice was not to recreate expectations, but to instead work off of the existing expectations. So surprisingly, learning about their own local culture is more important than you'd think for an HR professional. HR professionals also need to learn more about international culture. With the demand for Ghana to do business internationally and the fast-growing economy, understanding their cultures they intend to do business with or already are doing business with is needed for continued success more than ever. So human resources is needed. There are certainly specific challenges within the country of Ghana given their situation, but there are solutions to help handle these challenges, and Ghana is working towards that.